It's always fun to see this place through new people's eyes, because when they first show up on the site, it's kind of like a kid in a candy store. They're amazed. They're like, oh my God, the gardens are beautiful, and look at those orchards, and there's solar hot water panels and solar electric panels and micro hydro systems and rainwater harvesting, and the food is so great, and they live here in an intentional community, and they've got chickens and chicken tractors and goats. It's like a plethora of a permacultural paradise.
You can see their brains just popping because of all this information and connections being made that have never been made before.
And it's really fun to have that initial experience and then be able to teach people about how they can do that in their own life, on their own farm, in their urban house, or in their rural landscape.
Then let's just introduce you to this concept, so that you can see how it might fit together for your overall purposes, depending on where you are and what you're doing.
It's also a challenge for Kendall and Brock is the fact that they have to synthesize these topics that blow people's minds and keeping it lighthearted and giving people answers. They're like, well, here's the problem, but you know what's even cooler than the problem is like the solution.
Climate change, peak oil, economic collapse. Do you want to go down that path? Great. Or would you like to go down a path that responds appropriately to those situations?
So it's not just a gardening technique. It's not one method of deriving your energy. It's a whole system of looking at how can we live most lightly on this land and place all the elements that we're working with into relationships so that they are most beneficial to each other.
So it includes water harvesting or water purification. It also includes transportation alternatives. It includes economy and local currency. It includes decision-making, consensus-based processes, or other methods that value everybody as stakeholders in the circle.
The connection between the theoretical and the practical, and the fact that like we learned about the charts and the diagrams and the numbers and all of the social aspects behind it, and then we actually went and did it.
All of the hands-on experience stuff is really awesome because I'm very much a tactile, kind of kinesthetic learner. So when I'm out there, it helps me to really get that information and get that knowledge like in my hands and my muscles.
We have a number of natural building projects that have been built by students. Cob benches, there's timber frame structures from the past, straw bale, using materials that have a lower embodied energy and have more natural products.
There's a great sense of satisfaction when you think, you know, wow, I can live the same wonderful life that I always have been living using 1/3 the water and half the energy.
The gray water was one of my absolute favorites. I was just blown away because I thought gray water was so complicated. It's very empowering to someone like me who's just, really has no formal knowledge in gray water or flowing water systems. I felt I could go home 5 minutes after that course was over and install a gray water system in my house.
So I can honestly say, if you're looking to participate in the solutions of the future, to meet some of the most amazing people ever meet, the 2-week permaculture course at Occidental Arts Ecology Center will certainly be one of those experiences.
Now I have that broader framework of ethics and principles to start to fit a lot of these things together into a holistic system that makes sense for me.
And it doesn't matter if you don't own property or you live in the city or you're not interested in gardening. Everybody should take this course. They take 2 weeks to go on vacation and go sit on a beach in Hawaii. They got 2 weeks to come to this and their lives will be changed for it.